Look, I might be further down the highway at a further exit than you in the highway of life, right? But in terms of this particular experience, you actually on a further exit than me, because that's the conversation that I wonder if that's going to ever happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa. So yeah, man. Thanks for sharing. But
Right.
it's deep.
Everybody wanna know, Mr. O, where you been? What you got going on? I'm just living. I'm just trying to get real, nigga. I'm just trying to get real, nigga. I'm just trying to get real, nigga.
So welcome, Chef.
What's up, Chef? Yeah. So,
What's going on, fellas? How you doing today? Thanks for
I'm
inviting
doing
me,
well.
man.
Already.
I appreciate it.
So y'all getting heavy early in the day, man.
It hit.
Yeah, man. I think personally, in terms of the whole conversation, bro, the society has grown to a point where we've lost some of our parental controls. No matter what you try to do, we've lost a certain degree of our parental controls and what's allowed in. Even if you have any electronics, any television, the children now are being inundated with what I would consider additional sets of options.
Right.
That back in the day, back in my day, those options had to find you, or you had to find those options. Those options, you had to find those options. They didn't find you. You understand what I'm saying? Things would happen, people would come to certain understandings. But what's happened now is there's an additional sets of options that are put on the table. And how do you speak, especially if we have not fully evolved as a people to where everybody totally understands the lifestyle of those options. Now you set those options on the table, but then we're not fully equipped to even be able to explain those options the correct way, if that makes any sense. But then you have commercials. Every time Disney, every commercial, you got the rainbow commercial. I gave a little conversation about my lady seeing, my daughter seeing somebody, 5 years old. And this happened when she was born. She said, yeah, Daddy, that's a girl boy. I said, huh? A girl boy? Give me a good one. Said, a girl and a boy, Daddy. And I'm like, whoa. So, I have a daughter. She's about to be 15 in November. And, well, in a few weeks. And, she's inundated with a lot. She sees a lot, you know. Now, like I said, I have nothing against anyone within the lifestyle because I have close friends, her auntie, which is like family to me, she's of the lifestyle. And this is somebody that used to deal with my brother, with my little brother. So my auntie's like close. That was like my little homie. But she transitioned into a lifestyle. So now my daughter definitely sees it as an option. So I appreciate you being able to even articulate it as a pops, and that's part of the piece of therapy, the part that they call the catharsis, where you pull that weight off your heart, A lot of people won't do that, man. So I appreciate you for sharing that.
It's like I woke up lifting these emotional weights this morning. Like I woke up to it and it was too heavy. I don't know how to get it off. And I don't look at her choosing a lifestyle, or I don't even think this is about sex. What I was talking to him about earlier was the fact that, like, maybe to change these outcomes, we work on the relationships with our exes to get a better outcome. Because I think it's more about her being upset, her going through her life, her moving because of her own reasons, and it separated us. Her bashing my daughter, me to my daughter because of I think it's more about our relationship than it is about her sexual preference. I don't even think this is about sex at all. She's too young. She don't know this. This ain't about that. This is about. I'm like, I even asked him earlier, what does bisexual even mean to a 13-year-old? What is that? That's just some confusion on like how she should like dress or who she should talk to. But it's based on some misplaced love for sure. But how do we fix that? I don't know if it's more about like I can't tell her mother not to move on with her life and move forward, but maybe the dynamic between her and her mother, if it was healthier, maybe that could have affected my relationship with my daughter in this transition better. Maybe. I don't know. But I know that like when a woman's upset, man, like you can't control what come out of her mouth or how she moves. She's scorned. She's really not happy with the life. So I can't. I had to deal with. All I know to do is to deal with what happens. I got to
Right.
manage it. You know, like whatever storm blows, whatever volcano blows, him and I, we just talk all the time. We just manage it. We man it.
I
You
appreciate
know.
Chef and King coming on, man, because you brothers bringing different insight. Like O said, we talk almost every day on how to navigate this new reality that everybody living in. And I think one thing that I do know, I say I don't know a lot, but what I do know, let me go ahead and activate it, and that is let me circumvent the conversation and say, let me make sure that at the top end, when they do become adults, I'm going to make sure that they have resources that they can have options. Because at the end of the day, I think it's about them having options to say, you know what, as a child, maybe that wasn't right, maybe that wasn't wrong, and now I have options to to change my reality. Because the way we grew up was we didn't have any options. You know what I mean?
Right.
We need to get it up out the dirt. And uh, so that's why I look at it until we do as a present start to get those answers. You know what I mean? Like we're doing right now. Because I might tell baby something right now because he got a young lady he raising. I do too. I got 3 of them, and I can tell them something. They might not take hold to it right away, but what I can do is ensure the future. I can ensure that future, and that future consists of me making right decisions today. Whether that's investing, whether that's a business, whether that's establishing relationships that they can tap into at a later date. You know, and I hope they can see those things. Like I told I try to tell them, no matter what you're going through, baby, just keep it positive. Because in that house that you're going through, what baby mama is talking about, daddy, you know what I mean? That could be hard on a little girl. That could be difficult. So, and when she talked to me, I don't say nothing negative. I don't say nothing negative about her or none of that. I always keep it positive whatsoever. And so those are just like simple things that I try to tap into that I think that they can tangibly hold on to until they become adults.
I agree.
Like,
So the thing is, at some point, it's going to be a conversation you're going to need to have, but it's going to be a conversation you're going to need to circumvent or climb. That means get around it or get over it, right? You're going to have to come to that point of closure on that point. Your fault, my fault, his fault, her fault. Because at this point, what's happening is your guys are going to actually be there crying over ashes as opposed to picking up the hammer, the nails, the wood, 2x4s, and rebuilding. So you're going to have the argument, just like with the homies. You're going to have to go out back, shoot the fade, dust yourself off, and come on, let's go. We got work to do. And the work is her. You feel what I'm saying? The work is her. But the thing is, at some point, that's going to have to be the best goal. Now, let's make believe she may not be a reasonable person on the scale of reason, right? You know, on the basic scale of reason. Let's say she's not a reasonable person and you are, right? Then outsmart her. Okay? Then outsmart her. That means that on the mental scale, you're a coach and she is a player. So coach the game. Don't play against her. Because at the end of the day, you know, the prize, the victory is your child. And so, you know, it isn't like I would be lying to you. I would tell you, don't talk to me if I just came and be like, this is what it is. Do this. And it's the magic pill. There is no magic pill. All I could show you is different options on the playing field. The thing is, though, why getting the closure and shooting the fade with her? Not a real fade. You get it? We don't condone violence, right?
Right, no.
But getting that out of the way, because you actually need her. What does she become? Eyes and ears.
Right.
Eyes and ears. And if she agrees with something that you feel, she then also becomes a mouth that can say, yeah, what your daddy said is right. So the thing is, you need her.
Right.
You need her. So it's either you work with her, you know, try to work with her, work around her, or manipulate her in a positive way. You know, but the thing is, the modus operandi, the motive, the driving force, the impetus, you know, the precipitating factor is your daughter and her growth.
That's facts. Wow.
I received that.
That was well said. Yeah.
Well, you said that she was different from the way she was before, the way she would have responded before. And now she was able to articulate herself, you know, with words, right?
Right.
I left out the other piece, her evolution as a person and her ability to change and her ability to have an epiphany, you know, a moment of growth, a catharsis where she lets things go. I forgot that piece. Maybe she changes herself and, you know, it happens. Everybody has the ability to change. The likelihood always, no, but, you know, that was the other piece because the other ones all involved you, but she's a living sentient being as well. And she has the ability to change and come to that point of epiphany of what she might have been doing wrong or what she needs to do.
Right. I guess it's in a sense like you were saying the other night, watering flowers in the other gardens too.
You remember that? Yeah. You know, I said that what it was we talked about our garden and how we keep our garden safe and the flowers in our garden. And I said that, you know, where I grew up, I didn't just shovel the front walkway of my house. I shoveled the neighbors too since I was out there. And I said the same way when I'm in the backyard, spring, you know, watering my mother's garden, the neighbors, I was sprayed theirs too. You know, so we watered the other garden as well because they all provide life. You know, they all provide life.
Let me say something real quick,
Yeah.
Man, and this might be kind of heavy, but some people might feel different about it. But I think that Black families in general are just now learning how to deal with their children, saying, "Hey, I I feel like I like girls, or I feel like I like boys, or whatever." And so we're learning how to navigate that. Not the adults. That's been around for a long time, but just now hearing our children coming out saying this at such a young age, that's a tough thing. Because I didn't come up like that. My grandmother didn't come up like that, or neither did my parents. I was raised by my grandmother. So I'm not saying that it's incorrect or that it's wrong. I'm just saying that it's just a new reality that that you are learning how to deal with, or even conversate about.
Okay. You know, it's crazy because in our community, just like Randall said, we don't know how to have these conversations about sexuality in a healthy way, right?
Yeah.
But we also are just getting acclimated to having healthy conversations about therapy,
Yeah.
right? Back in the days, we used to run to a church for those type of services, or run to an elderman or elder woman in our family for those services. But now it's becoming a little bit more open to go to therapy, and even children go to therapy, especially when they deal with a traumatic separation. I asked you how old was she when you're separated? She wasn't born, but then you just released, like you said before earlier. We separated a year ago.
No, she left her. She's married
She,
now.
no, she's no. I'm not talking about her.
Yeah.
Your daughter. You and your daughter, because you have been
Yeah,
away
she
for
moved to another state. Her mother
for a
moved.
year.
Yeah, a year
Right.
ago.
So
Yeah.
that's a traumatic separation. If
Right.
she's used to having you,
Right.
and sometimes therapy needs. Sometimes some people don't want to do that, but sometimes therapy, not just on your part, but on her part, is necessary. Your daughter's part, to process this, because if she doesn't have the right outlet to process it, she's going to turn on the TV and social media and identify with things that
Uh,
she might not subscribe to. But if that's her, and I respect it. Let me get that point
right.
across. However, you need to have an outlet to process trauma. To separate from a man after you've known him for 11 to 12 years that you love, you don't know what that does to somebody. You don't know.
Right.
That's mental health issues. That's abandonment.
It's true.
I don't know. That's something that's crossing my mind.
Hey, I think you're right, King. Uh, Mental health, talking to a therapist is like one of the key things that Black folks can do. You know what I mean?
We
Overall,
deny ourselves. Yeah.
talking to them, man, it's like you gotta get it out. Whatever's inside, you gotta get it out. You gotta be able to talk it through. The therapist might not even be able to say or correct the issues, but just being able to speak it and verbalize it and say, "This is what I have going on internally," you know, can help a person recover from whatever they're going through, or be able to help their situation. You know, yeah, man. Talking to a therapist, man. I think everybody should have a therapist. The church has always been our therapist, throughout
Ain't
history.
that true?
But this is a new reality that we're facing, and it's not that the church is not capable of doing it. It's that the church is only going. It's like it seems like the church is not willing to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mother is a preacher. My uncles are preachers. Everybody in my family are preachers and pastors. But when they speak to you, they only speak to you about something that's not tangible. That's not. They're talking to you from what God, someone outside of you, is doing. What we're talking about is something that you, as a person, as a human being, can do for yourself, or to realize as yourself, or become aware of as yourself. That's enlightenment. Is becoming aware of certain things. And I know I went off, but
Nah, you good. You're not off, because there's one thing I normally do on our show is I make sure that somebody's gonna take something home with them. If there's a particular idea that they've been feeling, I'm gonna make sure they understand, yo, there's a real scientific thing for that. This is what it's called. So what you were talking about, at least just talking to get something off, that was the term I was talking about, catharsis, right? So I dropped it into the chat also, so for somebody who wants to see a catharsis now, the process of releasing and thereby providing relief from strong or repressed emotion. And an example, music is a means of catharsis for them. That was an example sentence. So that's exactly what it is.
That's it.
Letting off that load, that emotional load, so you can move forward.
That's deep.
But yeah, fellas, man. Yo, I definitely appreciate you inviting me up here, man. I got a 5-year-old that's cutting up out there, and it's just me
Man,
here.
I
So
need to
I
hear
want
what
to
you
make
had
sure
to
she ain't
say.
gonna try and make no eggs on the stove or something.
Yeah, I needed to hear that, man. I really appreciate you. And
Nah,
King,
man, I'm
likewise.
here, man.
You gave
Once
me
you
some
sent me them kind
perspective as
words,
well.
bro. You sent me them kind words, man, and you know what I mean. Like I said, if I could touch one person the right way, and they impact 1,000, I did my job. So once you said that, you told me you was on. I had, me and bro, we had to come through, man.
I
Appreciate it.
really appreciate it.
That's it.
When Chef
So,
speak, I
Whoever,
listen, man.
that's it. Whoever supports Chef supports me, and I'm on it. That's it. If Chef did, I'm right behind, man. So that's all. All he got to do is make the call, and then we see how all three of us, 3 out of 4 came. You
Right.
know how that go.
Darrell
Darrell came.
too.
He
Right.
he couldn't do it because he was driving. Darrell was driving, but all 3 of the 4, you're always gonna get us. So if
I
one hears the
appreciate
call, we all
that.
gonna come. That's it.
And that's love.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
man. E
love. We
Black would have
locked
been
in.
here too, but he's doing the day job as well. So, he's on the day jobs and secure location, so he couldn't do that.
This is much
But
appreciated, fellas, man. I really
yo,
appreciate it. I needed the
I subbed to
wisdom.
your channel, and I'm about to do it from my burner account too.
Wait, hold up. I gotta follow. I thought I follow. Let me see if I follow him. Hold, check it out. Cause that's what people don't do. You're supposed to come on someone's page and show the love, man. That's it. He's the truth. But I'm trying to figure out. I thought I did that. Did I follow you? No, I did. That's it. You see it? It should be 32 now.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we up there. That's
That's
it.
what's
So let's
up.
get this. Get
But
the likes up and get the subscribers up. That's it. Get the likes up. Be
I
good. We out
appreciate
here.
that, man. Y'all going
All
live
right.
later?
No, we got the conversation with Queens today.
Okay.
So it's gonna be nothing but the flowers talking about some toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. It's gonna be
Okay.
at 9 o'clock on our page. But we know me and Chef gonna come through and say what's up. But after
For
that,
sure.
the ladies gonna talk and they're gonna have a really build.
All right. I'll check it out. I'll be tuned in.
Right on.
here's another thing. You wanna if you find any nugget, you want a clip, you know what I mean, from just this,
Yeah.
send me a couple of clips. I'll,
Okay.
I'll I'll link you in the description to the full video. You know what I mean? If you have any
Okay.
chef clips, because right now I'm building my page as well. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? Right now I got 107 subscribers, but I have some food stuff, right?
Okay.
But I don't have none of this stuff. You
Got
get
you.
me?
Yes, sir.
So, if you end up doing your clips, you send me a couple of clips, I'll bump it up to my page specifically, and I'll include your link so we drive some of my traffic your way as well, man. We're gonna
I
figure
got
something out.
you. Say less.
Right,
I really appreciate it.
you know the rules, man. You always come to our stage, and then we can send our subscribers to you. That's the whole
Okay.
point. We all could get monetized. I don't know what the problem is, man. We all could get monetized. But I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
you know how it is. When you came to my stage, I didn't know you, but I told
Right.
everybody to follow you.
Right. You did.
You gotta be up there consistently, so they feel
Okay.
comfortable. A lot of times people come there and they don't know them, so the flowers are like and the rocks are like, oh man, I don't. But if you come there
See, I didn't
consistently,
know the rules, and I didn't know if y'all like want the same guests all the time, or y'all ask these
nah,
people to come all the.
we don't do what everybody else do. We do what
Okay.
we do, and we support
That's
you.
your garden,
So
bro. It's not
yeah,
just
that's
our
your
garden. That's
garden.
your garden too.
You come in
All
whenever
you
you
have to
want
do
to.
is come in and assume your place as one of the rocks in the garden.
That's it.
You get what I'm
Gotcha.
Come there
saying?
anytime you want
Yes,
to.
sir.
We saying it. We saying it. You come there anytime. Vandal too. The invitations for you. Come there. Come to the garden.
I'm a nobody. I'm just this guy.
Nah,
Nah,
you
you
know it's crazy. You
somebody.
know it's crazy. Yeah, you know it's crazy. A lot of people that don't have pages come to our channel,
Yeah.
and they start a page,
Okay.
and like 50 people go to them real quick because they like what they saying. And if you have a product, you can sell on our page. We don't do that. Everybody can get monetized. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. It's really that simple. Like right now, I started 3 weeks ago, and with the help of the 4 horsemen, I'm at 758. I started 3 weeks ago. 758 subscribers because it's love. What you give is what you receive.
Right.
That's it. So and Mr. O gives love. So we're gonna make sure when you come our page, you probably come today if they let you up, but because it's the girls, it's not. I don't have control over that. It's the ladies. But tomorrow, come. We showing love. That's it.
Will do.
Oh,
And we
yeah. So
won't. Oh, go ahead.
no, because I don't want to gloss over the first part. Today is a conversation with queens. You get what I'm saying? But you know, the queens that's going to be running the show, those are queens that definitely have been pivotal in our show as well. They have great opinions. These are poised, feminine, beautiful sisters that are also with intellects that are vibrating at a higher level, right? So feel free to watch the show because I know that you may have some questions, some lucid points, and you're respectful. We've seen the way your energy vibrates as well. So it's not just a ladies only kind of thing. If
Right.
there's a question that you want to get from a sister, from a flower, because remember, we're not manosphere, we are our sphere. We're not red pill, blue pill, we true pill, right?
True pill. That's what we
So
do. That's what we
that's
do over
what
here.
we do. You get what I'm saying? So the
Right.
thing is, we would love the fellas from the manosphere to listen to them. You know why? Because they don't represent the women those 3 women, Hanifa, Mayat, and Maricela.
Marcel. Yeah.
They don't represent the type of women that the manosphere rages against. They are actually the feminine, fit, friendly, beautiful women. Okay, but they vibrate at a higher intellectual, sound. So it's going to be different. It's definitely going to be different, Yeah, man.
Yes. Okay. So looking forward to
For
seeing you
sure.
more often over there, and definitely come through. Definitely come through. I'm telling you, we got a lot of surprises. My goal is to get to 1,000 by Friday. So we had bets to see if I get there by mid-November, but I think I can get there by Friday. But like I said, once we get there, I'm dead serious. Like I'm dead serious. I want to get there, but you
Shout
guys,
out your book, King. He
oh,
loves to read. Randall loves to read.
loving life through the eyes of travel. I have it in my backpack. Every time somebody says, I just pull it out like a sword,
Pull it out like a sword.
like a sword, like that. So loving life through the eyes of travel. Like on Amazon
He
Kindle.
keeps it in a holster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's on Amazon Kindle,
It's live.
Book Baby, everything. But like I said, come through and y'all go, like once I get to 1,000,
Yeah.
then like your show, y'all gonna get to 1,000 the next month. That's how we working it. Even our boy Darrell, he's almost at 1,000.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Chef will be at 20,000, but Chef is chilling.
What's the
Chef
name
is
of it again? Show me again.
Love and life through the eyes of travel. Love and life. It's a poetic a relationship book of affirmations. Love and life through the eyes of travel. So Kindle, Apple iBooks, Book Baby, Amazon, wherever you get your books from, they got it.
Okay.
But what I would say is that we gonna shift it, and I'm glad you're on the tube, man. We need more energy like this, and make sure the people you support you.
Right.
We gotta be very mindful of that because people want to take your energy because you got a gift, so they use you and don't want to come back and support you.
YouTube. I appreciate you rocking with me. I'm gonna continue to make this content on lifestyle, life, fashion, women, and game. But I need your help. Subscribe to the channel, and while you're there, hit that notification button so you don't miss a thing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, just living is a lifestyle. It's more than a brand. When you start your day, do you tell yourself, one day or day one? Today is the perfect day to start just living. I'm Mr. O. You did. Keep rocking with me.